On Cardilini's instructions, Salt didn't park in the car park, but on the lawn under some shade.
Get your notebook out and look like you're taking notes.
Yes, sir.
Now stay behind me,
Cardilini said as they walked towards the administration block. A tall, thin, elderly man exited the building and shuffled away from them in the shade of the cloisters. The lawns were immaculate, obviously well watered and growing like mad.
A nightmare for the gardener, Cardilini thought.
The buildings on the raised riverbank stood marshalled like soldiers on parade, bastions against the ignorance of their urban setting. The principal's offices were spacious and emanated scholarly endeavour. Paintings of past principals looked down disapprovingly at Cardilini. He bristled at the seeming opulence. Sham, he thought. Even the secretary's desk was twice the size of his own, and it was a solid dark wood, without the grey steel drawers that screeched like a cat every time they opened.
I'm Detective Sergeant Cardilini. Principal Braun's expecting me.
The principal's secretary, Miss Reynolds, looked up, surprised for a moment, then gave herself a little nod as if just remembering. She viewed Cardilini from over the top of her spectacles, a sharp little bird. Dr. Braun is busy, but I'll let him know that you're here. That's very efficient of you, Cardilini said, with a wink to Salt that Cardilini was keen for her to see. Miss Reynolds eyed Cardilini again. Cardilini bestowed a smile. Miss Reynolds departed.
You'd think she was the bloody Queen of Sheba and Braun was the king.
We'll see how long that stands up. Cardilini craned over Miss Reynolds' desk.
Thought she might be sitting on a nest of thistles.
Yes, sir. They think they're better than the rest of us. Yes, sir.
If you've got nothing useful to say, Salt, shut up.
On her return, Miss Reynolds said primly, Dr. Braun is busy but understands you've a duty to perform, and will see you straight away.
That's big of him. Take notes, Salt. Miss Reynolds, secretary. You got that?
Yes, sir. He's keen to get his first prosecution, Cardilini told Miss Reynolds as he walked into the principal's office. The principal sat at his desk, a pile of documents to his right. Braun took the top document, skimmed through it, and then placed it to his left. He completed several more while Cardilini and Salt stood watching. Cardilini turned to Salt and mouthed, Wanker. The principal raised his head midway through a document.
You must be Cardilini. Detective Sergeant Cardilini. This is Constable Salt, and you must be Joe Braun. Dr. Joseph Braun. Okay, we all seem to be present. Shall we stop calling each other names and get to business?
Cardilini said as he sat in the chair opposite the principal. The principal, taken aback, gestured Salt to the other chair.
He likes standing, Cardilini said. Now about this murdered teacher.
Murdered? The principal reacted as if slapped.
Take notes here, Salt, Cardilini directed. No. It was a stray shot from across the river, the principal stammered.
No.
It was a marksman's shot from less than 200 yards, Cardilini replied emphatically.
The principal's phone rang. He hurriedly picked it up and said he was busy.
Detective Sergeant Cardilini, I'm not sure where you're getting your information from, but this matter's been cleared away, and I was told you were simply coming here to finalise the report.
Let me see the notes on the case, Salt. Cardilini put out his hand, while he stared fixedly at the principal. Salt placed his notebook in Cardilini's hand. Cardilini flipped pages of the notebook back and forth. The principal's phone rang again.
No!
The principal shouted into the mouthpiece immediately on picking up the phone.
Miss Reynolds, no!
Bull ants, Cardilini mouthed to Salt.
Now,
the principal started.
Now, Dr. Braun.
Cardilini handed the notebook back to Salt and gave the principal an exaggerated wink. I'm sure you understand that if an ironclad report is to be made, correct procedure must be followed. The principal's brow furrowed, and he turned his questioning gaze to Salt, who studied his notebook.